Rode microphones are the official microphones of BeTerrific. Find out more at rodemic.com.
Oh my God, I am so excited. I'm wearing another Flip My Tie today. I love these ties. I just couldn't decide this side or this side. Then I said, I don't know, I like loud, so I'm gonna go with this side. All right, so much going on. First of all, I gotta thank Knock. They were amazing. They were here yesterday and they just were unbelievable. And you know what is even more unbelievable? They got into the Slack chat and they got into chatting with our viewers, the Terrifics. You are the Terrifics, and you make BeTerrific special. And they were there with Digital Phil and Paul Dixon and all sorts of other great viewers, including CJ and Ben. Now, here's one thing that I don't understand how we were able to make this happen, but there is something called the Slack bot in the Slack chat. And the Slack bot seems to recognize the fact that Digital Phil is angry at Paul Dixon always, that they're nemesises, and we want to relieve that. And the Slack bot, though, decides, it's a robot, and it decides it wants to stir the pot, so it says, Digital Phil, check this out, Paul Dixon is magical. How does the Slack bot know Paul Dixon is magical? And how is it possible that it did that just to rub Digital Phil? I don't know. I kind of like it. It's a little bit of fun, but I want these guys to be friends. And I think they worked together to put the Terrifics logo together, which is in the Slack chat. We also put up a lot of pictures in the Slack chat and a whole lot more. So you got to go there. It is beterrific.com/Slack, and you'll get an email invite once you enter in your information. All right, so yesterday's show was super awesome. You got to check out, of course, Knock. That is Knock Music on all social media, facebook.com/knockmusic. And you got to buy their album and singles on iTunes. They are just phenomenal. I think they should put out an acoustic album because they perform in here acoustically, and it's so good. And their EDM album is so good, but literally the same songs can work for both. It's really awesome. I actually have been listening to the show over and over again because I just want to hear those cuts of those songs. They debuted 2 songs here yesterday. That was unbelievable. I am glad that that Digital Phil is enjoying the intro music, and we got to get Janny over to our Slack chat. I mentioned him on the show yesterday. He is our favorite viewer from Finland, and he's just such a great guy. I've spent so many hours talking to him. But at this point, we're like really close to abandoning our IRC. We need to have Janny over here in the Slack chat. And Janny, we love you, and you're one of the Terrifics, and you're one of the originals. So come over here. We'll make you a deputy or something. We'll have 2 deputies. We've got Digital Phil, the sheriff, and we've got 2 deputies now. We've got 1 deputy, and we've got 2 patrolmen. And so we're going to make you a deputy if you come on over here, and you can do it through IRC. So that's the best part. That means you'll get permissions to kind of do all sorts of things in here and can control what other people can do and stuff and moderate. All right, so much to get to today. Let's get to our first guest. She is unbelievable. What a talent this young girl is. Let's keep in mind she's 15 years old when you make your comments, because you know what? It's hard to believe that. She is actually stunning. I say that very rarely, but this is a beautiful young lady. Her name is Hayley Lynne, okay? Hayley Lynne, sorry, and she is phenomenal. She's coming to us via Skype from the great state of Washington. This is where the Seattle Seahawks play, the Seattle Mariners, and formerly the Seattle Supersonics play. I doubt Hayley knows much about any of that, Hayley, but she's into all sorts of stuff, including animals, which is really cool. And thank you so much for joining us. Your mom is also hanging around. Her name is Julie, and thank you guys for joining us. I think your modeling career has been pretty tremendous so far.
Thank you, Michael.
Talk about how you got into modeling. I am so impressed when somebody can get into modeling when they aren't born or growing up in the New York or LA area, especially at such a young age. How do you get discovered? Because also, I think you go to the mall, right, and you see all this stuff in the mall like, hey, you could be a star, and it's really just a money grab for a lot of these organizations. And I bet that in the middle of the country and on, not in the New York and LA areas, these things do very well from a business standpoint, but they don't actually start modeling careers or acting careers. and yet you're kind of in Washington, in no man's land, even though it's beautiful. It is beautiful there, but not where models get discovered. How did you get discovered?
Yeah, well, when I was 13, my friend had a group friend photo shoot, and the photographer Joss Lusk, when we were doing the group shoots, he just saw like a potential in me. So we started doing photo shoots together and started working together, and it just progressed as it did. And going from there, I was featured in the Supermodels Unlimited magazine, and I worked with other photographers like Jerry Sanchez and Rebecca Morrison. And then I met Frisk, and he signed me on as one of his talents. So that's basically how I got into modeling, was one of my friends when I was 13.
Wow, when you were 13, that's unbelievable. And you were just noticed on a shoot. You know, it's so interesting because I think that, you know, people look different on camera than they look necessarily in person a lot of times. You can have a very beautiful person, and then on camera they don't look good. You can have a very not so good looking person and they look amazing on camera. I've seen it firsthand many times. So you have to look for a certain look to shoot. It's very rare you get a beautiful person who looks beautiful on camera. You fit that bill. It's pretty amazing. Adam, let's put up some of these shots, just a couple to start everybody off this show, what she looks like in her modeling shots. I think it's pretty impressive how you look, Hayley. What has been your favorite project you've worked on so far?
For the photo shoots, my favorite one was when we did the candy photo shoot, because I got to eat all the candy afterwards.
Really?
Yeah. I also love doing the Go Kiddo photo shoot, working with the Go Kiddo trike.
Yeah.
Because I think that is just a really fun piece of equipment to have and play with.
I think you're right. I want one. Do you have any connections with Go Kiddo? Can you hook me up? I want one of these trikes. I want to ride them around. I saw them at Toy Fair. We had them on. They are amazing. I tried it out. I tried both the motorized one out, which was super cool, and the one that's not motorized, which even felt maybe a little bit cooler than that. I really love the Go Kiddo stuff. The trike is unbelievable. I know that I've got something special coming from Jack from Go Kiddo, for Jack, my 2-year-old, that we'll do some video on too. But how do you get a trike? I want one. Do you know anybody there you could hook me up with?
Well, I don't know if I can, but I know you can get them on Amazon. They can also have them on Wayfair, and I just really think you should get one because they're pretty great.
Yeah, the trike is pretty cool though, right? You like that thing?
It's like it's a workout equipment, but when you're working out, it doesn't feel like it because it's a toy at the same time.
Yeah. Where's Mom? Let's bring Mom on. I hear her whispering off camera. I don't want her whispering. If she's got something to say, say it. Hey, Mom, that's Julie. How you doing? How did when they first approached her about modeling, were you apprehensive at all, or you just said go for it?
Oh yeah, I was a little apprehensive. You know, I didn't really know what we were getting into, and you kind of hear some sketchy things about different people, and
sure. So. Sure. I mean, casting couches are legendary. I wouldn't want my 13-year-old daughter or 15-year-old daughter going into that. But I think they become less and less, and she certainly has a great look. Let's show a couple more pictures real quick, Adam, while we're talking. And we can put a couple more pictures up. I want to save some for later. But you can see, you can really pull off all these different looks. You do not look 15 in that photo. If you told me 24, I would buy it. And look at that one. That is my favorite, by the way. That's just a great look. What is your favorite? You've gotten into acting too, right? What is your favorite thing? Is it modeling or acting, or you just like them both the same?
I prefer to model because when I act, I don't like being a different person. I just like to be who I am, so it's hard to be an actress. And I love modeling because I can just take pictures being myself, and they're actually me. And I prefer modeling, yeah.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised. I think I would prefer acting. I feel like I would. Modeling seems so, to me, hard, by the way. They're like, hey, look like this, look like that. I mean, and we've done shoots where Adam and I shoot, and so we've done shoots with models, and I feel like when you're asking a model to do something, it's like, oh yeah, give me that look. Okay, hold that. Okay, change that look to this look. Okay, and it just seems, to me, it's like it's monotonous and hard. Like, not for us shooting it, it's fun. But I think for the model, I always find like, this would be so awful. And then there are times when I'm like, oh, I don't have to arch my back, or I don't have to lean over this rock, or I don't have to hold this thing that's heavy. I'm just shooting it, so that's good. But I feel bad. I think about the model, male or female.
I personally think it's easier just to take a picture because Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to come natural to her. I don't know how she does it.
Can you model for us right now? Could I get like a little pose or something?
Sure, I guess.
All right, I'll direct you a little. So if you're sitting in the chair, is there a desk there? I need to know the setup a little.
There's
a desk right in front of
Yeah,
her.
there's a desk right in
So I
front of
need
me.
like a pen in your hand. Do you have a pad somewhere handy? I need a pad, and we're gonna be modeling like we're gonna be modeling this pad. And I need you to kick back, put your feet up on the desk, and kind of kick back in that chair a little. Yeah, there you go. I like that. All right, Adam, how we doing so far? Adam, are we doing good? Adam says we're doing good. Okay, so there you go. And then put the pad in the shot so we can see the pad. You got to hold it a little high. All right. Yeah. But okay. Now look, make it look like you're really getting ready to take some serious notes on this thing because we want to sell this pad really well.
Okay.
All right. But now it's not a school. Now you're at a job and. You've got the CEO, and he's standing right here in front of you, and he's going to give you some serious notes. So you got to take this very seriously. Don't laugh on me. I see you getting ready to laugh. No, you're good. It's okay. All right. So I need you to tilt your head back a little bit. I want the other way. Let's go the other way. That's perfect. And lean back a little. You look a little too. Yeah. You need to be a little bit more relaxed. Okay. Good. That's the look. And then now you got to somehow look at that pad. Hold that pad up and take your notes. I like that. Adam, is that good? Would we take that, freeze that as a photo? Wait, we need less of a smile, more of a serious look. Okay. All right. What do you think, Adam? Is that perfect for like a Staples ad?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that would be good for an ad.
You like that?
Yeah.
All right. Mom, do you have any suggestions here? How are we doing?
You're doing great.
Excellent. Awesome. All right. Thank you. Hayley, oh my God, you played along. That was a lot of fun. You are a good model. Well, we already knew that. Now, do you like being in hair and makeup? That can take hours, right? But I hear you're a little bit of a tomboy, and hours in hair and makeup seems like something you wouldn't want to do and wouldn't normally do. But I guess if it's part of the job, you do it, right?
Yeah, for most of the photo shoots I do, I'm just allowed to wear the regular makeup that I would wear. But there are some times when I have to sit down and have my mom do my hair and pull on it and yank it and put weird stuff on my face, and I don't like it, but I deal with it because you get a great photo.
Yeah, absolutely. They can do so much in Photoshop these days that you don't really even need to have the full-on makeup like you used to have. All right, I hear you have some cool pets. We've got to take a commercial break. When we come back, can we hear about all these pets?
Of course.
All right, I can't wait for this. Maybe we can even see a couple. I don't know. Guys, you're the Terrifics, and you've got to sit through a commercial break now because we got to keep the lights on. We'll be back right after this with more from Hayley Lynne and from you guys, so don't go anywhere. This is the Michael Artsis Show on BeTerrific. I'm Michael Artsis. Stay with us.
Rode microphones are the official microphones of BeTerrific. Find out more at rodemic.com.
Welcome back to the Michael Artsis Show. I'm Michael Artsis. Thanks so much for joining us. You're the Terrifics, and you can join our Slack chat and join all of our viewers in the chat, including us 24 hours a day. During the show, we'll read your comments and your questions on air, so you definitely want to join the Slack chat, especially you, Jenny. We love you and we miss you, and you need to get into the Slack chat. BeTerrific.com/Slack. Send us your name and email through that interface, and we will get you an invite to the Slack chat. Lickety split. Look at that. All right, so we've got a great show today. I am very excited. We are doing great. You are the Terrifics, and we've got an amazing guest. Her name is Hayley Lynne. She's a model, an actress, and she's beautiful. She's 15 years old. She's coming to us via Skype from all the way from the left coast of America, Washington. It's the north left coast, too, the state of Washington. What's it like in Washington, Hayley? What's the weather like? Rainy as always?
No. We live in Wenatchee, which is in the central of Washington, so we get all 4 seasons for an even amount for each year.
Very, very nice. I like that. Now, you're into pets. We've got a lot to get to with you. You're into a lot of things. You're a tomboy, you're into pets, and all sorts of stuff. So you've got a couple of pets. Can you tell us what you have, and can you show us something?
Yeah, of course I can. I have.
Well, what's that in the corner? I see something in the little corner of the screen.
That's my rabbit, Lily.
That's your rabbit, Lily. Hi, Lily. Do you just let your rabbit roam free in the house?
Pretty much. She usually doesn't walk off the carpet because her paws can't stay on the hard wood, so she's being adventurous today.
Does she go to the bathroom everywhere? That's what I would be worried about with a rabbit.
Yeah, sometimes. She's not house trained because she's a bunny, but most of the time she only does it when she's scared.
Have you gone online and read, hey, how do I house train a rabbit so you don't go everywhere?
No.
That would be, I think, ideal. Like, that's the thing. My son Jack would love a rabbit, but I won't let him have one because I don't want to keep it in a cage. And then if you let it roam free, oops, I stepped in that, right?
We have she's an outdoor rabbit, so she has her cage outside that she sleeps in so she doesn't run away. But
Okay.
we always get her out so she has attention.
That's cool. And then, you know, we've got a dog, and it's got a wee-wee pad, and we take it out too. But, like, I like when it goes on the wee-wee pad and it doesn't miss. That's really important.
We have a dog too. He's a miniature schnauzer named Caesar, but he's really mean sometimes.
Wow, you've got a lot of animals. All right, what else do you have?
I have 2 pigs, and their names are Ford and Chevy, and then I have my snake.
Wait a second. I love their names, first of all. I'm a car guy. Are you into cars?
Yeah, I am.
All right, we're going to talk about that in a little while. I think you just made everybody's day in the Slack chat. And so you have 2 pigs. My son Jack is enamored with this pig that we saw at a zoo recently. And he keeps going, pig, dad, pig, black, because we saw a black pig. You have 2 pink pigs or black pigs?
They're pink pigs, but one of them, Ford, has black spots on his eye.
I love it. I wish we could see these pigs, but they're outside. Do you have a farm? Do you live on a farm?
Our house is kind of a mini farm because we have some property, but it's not a farm.
Mom, how do you let her have all these animals? Who takes care of them?
She does. She's taking care of the pigs. And
Does she really take care of the animals, or do you take care of the animals and kind of cover for her, especially with Dad?
she gets in the pig pen and she feeds them and talks to them, and they just love her. It's so funny.
My mom's never been in the pig pen because I think she's scared of them.
By the way, I'm with your mother. I would never be in the pig pen either. I would not get all muddy and all that. All right. What do you got in your hand? You've got something over there, right?
I have my snake, Romeo.
Wow. Wait, so you have a snake and a rabbit, and how does the snake not get eaten? How does the rabbit not get eaten by the snake?
Well, she's too big for him to eat right now, but once
But he's salivating and getting bigger.
Keep them separated.
So you keep them separated. Yeah, and how big is he? He's small now. He's what, a boa?
Yeah, he's a red-tailed boa.
And how big is he going to get?
Right now, he's the length of my leg, so he's about 3 feet, and the max he should get is around 7 to 8 feet.
7 to 8 feet? That's
Yes.
That's a big snake.
His thickness will increase to the point where he can swallow like whole chickens.
Or rabbits.
Or rabbits too, yeah.
You might want to be careful. So what are you going to do then? I mean, do you worry? Like, I met this guy, Andre. We're trying to get him on the show. He's an animal trainer or something. I don't know. And he's like an expert. And he had this thing. It was 20 feet long. It was an albino boa. And he says a lot of people like you who get them eventually have to give them up.
My dad had a really big boa too, and his boa was around 7 feet too. He had a big snake, and they gave him up because I was born, and they were afraid the snake was going to eat me because I was a little baby and he could.
Yeah.
Since when he gave him up, the people who he sold him to gave him back because it just got bigger and bigger, and they couldn't deal with how big the snake was. So then my dad had to keep him again, but again sell him because he was still too big.
Wow. And so I mean, you have a plan. What's this guy's name again? Do you have a plan? I'm not a snake guy. I don't like snakes. You know what? I used to be into wrestling when I was a kid, and I didn't even like Jake the Snake Roberts. And it might have been the hair, but I'm pretty sure it was the snakes.
My snake's name is Romeo, and he's actually really sweet. And he gives me little kisses, and it's really cute because he's not vicious or anything.
Yet. Mom, are you cool with this? A snake?
Oh, yeah. He's pretty cool. I hold him and play with him. And he's just kind of wanders around. And
Wow. I'm so impressed by this. Digital Phil is surprised. He does not understand. I think Extender Sean is like, whoa, well, hello. What? I mean, you're just like so nonchalant. It's just a snake. What makes one want to get a snake as a pet? I would never want to have one as a pet.
Honestly, I think at first I asked for a tarantula, but my mother was too afraid of them, so
You're definitely a tomboy. I mean, come on. Do you play? What do you do that's tomboyish? You got to do other things. It's so funny because you're so beautiful and you're such a model. Like those modeling pictures. Let's show a couple more of her modeling pictures, Adam. Those modeling pictures are unbelievable, but yet you're such a tomboy. And I noticed your nails are done, your hair's did. I mean, the whole deal.
Yep. My nails are actually done because we just had prom, so I went and got them done before prom.
Oh, and of course you went to senior prom, I imagine.
Yeah, even though I'm a sophomore, I got invited.
You know, Digital Phil wants me to have a talk to you about this, and I don't think he's wrong. I'm sure Mom would appreciate this. Julie, tell me if I'm off base. But you're a very pretty young lady, and you better watch out, you know, and realize that us guys, you know, we're looking as the Terrifics and as BeTerrific, we're looking to protect you. You know, us guys aren't always the nicest, the best, and we don't always have the best intentions. So be careful who you pick to hang around. You know what I'm saying? Realize that every guy is trying to get the same thing from you, and it's not a conversation.
No, I know.
Although they should be having a conversation. You're a very intelligent young lady. It's just unfortunate. It's the way it is. And watch out for those casting couches. If somebody says, sit down on my couch in their casting office, just say, hey, I'm going to stand. I'm all good. Thank you.
No, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, those couches are slippery. All right. So the pig and what could the pig protect the rabbit from the snake? Is that possible?
I don't think so, because I think my pigs would probably eat my rabbit too.
Your pigs would eat the rabbit?
Yeah, if they get hungry enough, they'll eat a person whole too. So they're pretty.
The pigs?
Yeah.
How big are these pigs? I thought pigs were like friendly. They just go.
Yeah, they're really friendly. Just if they're hungry, they will eat anything.
So you're saying in a zombie apocalypse, it's not really the people we have to worry about. It's the zombie pigs we have to worry about.
Probably. That's what I would guess.
So wait a second, if they're really hungry, how often do you have to feed them? What happens if you go away for a week? Do you and you come back, they've eaten through like a barn?
Probably, they would do that. If they got too hungry, they'd eat the dirt, they'd eat their own poop, they'd eat through the wood and their wiring if they could. But if I go away for a week, I have to have someone to feed them because they need to be fed twice a day. Because if you miss one day of feeding for a pig, you will lose a week's worth of gains. And my pigs need to be a certain weight to take to fair. And if I miss one day, then I'm out of luck.
Okay, I'm so confused by this. Not only are you a model, but your pig's model too? Mom, get back in the picture here for a second. Hold on a second. She's got to feed these pigs twice a day. Who pays for that? That can't be cheap.
Well, I paid for the first 4 or 5 bags of feed, so now it's up to them.
You paid for the first 4 or 5 bags, like in general, not the first 4 or 5 bags a day, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
they only need like 1 bag every 5 days.
What is this bag made up of? Because, I mean, if they'll eat humans and they'll eat rabbits, they get meat, or are they vegetarians?
They get these pellets, because when you like a protein pellet, because when you raise them, they need to gain muscle and fat to take to fair, so they have a big butt, so it makes more money. But with them, like, if you just give them, like, table scraps, they'll just get chubby and they won't be as lean as you would like them to be for taking, like, to produce and markets and stuff.
Wow, they work really hard at this, huh?
Yeah.
Then now, do you have them on a treadmill? Do they do any cardio? What about weights?
They have to be weighed every 2 weeks.
Are you sure we can't get one of these pigs on camera? I really want to see what one of these show pigs looks like that's got the best butt in town.
I would love to show you, but unfortunately I can't bring them in.
Come on, Mom, help us out here. Let's put the rabbit in the cage and the snake somewhere that it's not going to get eaten. And
I'm afraid if we got them out, we wouldn't be able to get them back in.
Really? They have to stay in the pig pen? Oh, we got to get a camera on that pig pen. I'm dying to know it. Do you have a picture?
I do on my iPod, and which
Don't
would
want to get your phone.
Yeah, she.
All right. So Mom's going to get the phone. We're going to show a picture of the pigs. And have you won awards with these pigs?
Not yet. When I take them to fair, I will be showing them for livestock judging and market judging.
Now, livestock, I would think, means that somebody wants to slaughter them.
Yes, you're going to sell them to a butcher, and then they're going to go to the store, and you'll make money off their profit.
But wait a second, you're a vegetarian, I read. So I would imagine you're a vegetarian because you like animals. You have all these animals. You're not selling these pigs, are you?
No, I'm not a vegetarian. I honestly love bacon probably more than
You do? Wait a second. That's in the notes.
What?
Hold on a second. You would like to be a vegetarian. I have it right here.
A veterinarian.
Oh, a veterinarian.
Not vegetarian.
Ah, I got it now. I got it. Yeah, you know, hey, look, you can't help a boy who's dyslexic. You really can't. I try all the time, but it doesn't help. So, all right, what about, so you're going to sell these pigs?
Yes, I will.
Really?
I'm selling them for FFA because I'm raising them for my FFA organization at school, and once they're around the end of August, I'll take them to the North Central Washington Fair, and they will be shown, and I will get ribbons, prizes, whatever I get. If I do good and I have good pigs, then I'll get a grand champion pig, which means it would get a higher ribbon and a higher market price.
So, I mean, you don't have any problem with the fact that you're like friendly with them. They kind of, they kiss you, you pet them, you feed them, and somebody's going to have bacon.
Yeah, would you like to see a picture of one of them?
I'm not sure now. I might get emotionally attached to them, and then I know that they're going to have a horrible ending. All right, let's take a look.
I don't know if you can see it. There's...
All right, hold it there. Hold it pretty steady. Do you get in the, Digital Phil wants to know, you get in the pig pen with those nails?
Yes, actually I do.
You do? Wow. That pig is so cute.
I know. I have another picture of them.
Can't you just keep it as a pet?
Well, one of them, I'm showing one for fair and the other one we're keeping, but we're butchering it as our family to have for meat here. Oh, it sounds so cool.
Oh, yeah.
So sorry.
That did sound a little cold and callous. Oh my God. I'm not sure I want to be your pet anymore. The rabbit's going to be eaten by the snake. The pigs are going to be eaten by mom and dad, and the snake has got the best chance of survival because he'll get sold to somebody else because he might eat you.
Maybe.
Do you worry at all that mom and dad might sell you for food or something? I don't know.
I think they've joked about it before.
That's pretty.
She's kind of skinny.
She's got no meat on the bones, huh? All right. Let's see. You've got a special what? You have a special pose or something that you really do that is what you're known for. It's your trademark pose or gesture.
I do actually. It's my fierce look, but I don't know if I can do it right now because I'm having too much fun with you.
I have to get you angry or something for the fierce look?
Sometimes you just have to put a thought in my head and I can just give you that glare and you get the perfect photo.
All right, I'll tell you what. When we come back, we have to take a break. When we come back, I'll see if I can put that thought in your mind.
Okay.
All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this. Stay with us.
Rode microphones are the official microphones of BeTerrific. Find out more at rodemic.com.
Welcome back to the Michael Artsis Show. I'm Michael Artsis. We're having a lot of fun here today. We've got Hayley Lynne on. She is a beautiful young model, really fun girl, nice girl, tomboy we've learned. She also has an animal menagerie or zoo or farm. Real animals though, you know, they live, they breed, they eat. She feeds the pigs a lot. She's got pigs, yes, I said pigs. And then she's got a snake and a cute little rabbit. Which hopefully doesn't get eaten by the snake. The rabbit runs around the house. Is the rabbit still around? Can we get the rabbit, like a close-up of the rabbit here? Is it possible?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting the rabbit. Here's the deal with the rabbit. The rabbit's name is what?
Lily.
Lily. Is Lily protected? I mean, I know that you have the snake, but the snake isn't big enough to eat it yet.
Can you see her?
I do see her. She's a little bit low. Can you either move back a little or raise her up a little?
She's curious. She's sniffing around.
She is curious. She's a little cutie. Now, you pet her a lot. You talk to her, all that stuff. You feed her, what, carrots?
Sometimes. For a rabbit, she doesn't really like to eat her carrots. She prefers celery and hay. So
Celery and hay. That's pretty amazing. And what about her? Is she safe? I mean, are you going to sell her for rabbit feed or what?
No, I'm going to keep her as a pet, but when I go to fair, I'm just going to show her because she's adorable.
Now, what's with the pig? Like, you're going to literally, I mean, Digital Phil said in the chat room during the break that you're going to eat your friend?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
And it's no big deal. Okay, all right. Let's move on. Let's get your pose that you're known for. I have to get you a little angry, huh? I have to do something to get you angry. Is that what it is? I need a glare. I wonder if I could get a glare. I've been told I've got a glare. I can get a glare. So maybe we can make each other angry, and I can give you my glare, and you can give me your glare. How's that sound?
Have a glare off.
All right, we'll have a glare. I like that, a glare off. What do you like to watch on TV?
Gossip Girl. I love Gossip Girl.
That is the worst show ever.
Oh, come on. It's amazing.
How could you watch that show?
It's funny. The characters are just so real.
Not even close. I think that only a person who doesn't even know what they're thinking watches that show.
Oh, come on. What do you watch then?
First of all, I watch sports, and I know who the Seattle Supersonics were and who the Seattle Seahawks are, and so I watch sports, and then I watch stuff like Dexter, and I don't even have to go far to watch Dexter because Adam looks like Dexter. He's here. And then I watch cool shows. I don't know, like I like what's that one? The Americans and Madam Secretary. Do you watch anything cool like that? Intelligent programming.
I've never heard of those. If I watch TV that's not Gossip Girl, it's either Gas Monkey Garage or Fast and Loud.
I love the gas. Oh, we got to talk about cars. I love the Gas Monkey Garage. It's not working getting you angry. You're not getting angry. You're just arguing with me.
Sorry.
Oh my God. All right. So how are we going to get you angry? I got to say so. Mom, tell me how I can get her upset.
Well, I don't know. Just ask her for her fierce look and see if she can do it.
Well, she said she can't because she's having too much fun.
Ask her about her ex-boyfriend.
Don't do that.
Wait a second. She already has an ex-boyfriend? All right. So what's this guy's name? What did he do to you? That's what I want to know.
Nothing.
Why is he your ex-boyfriend?
Well,
He just got mad at her.
yeah, he got mad at me because I have other guy friends and we broke up, so he left me at prom and I had to find a new prom date.
Wait, he left you at prom? Like this is like 2 days ago. You have the nails still.
Yeah, but well, it was before prom. Like I had my dress and everything planned out, and like a couple days before prom, he was like, "Yeah, I'm not taking you anymore. Sorry." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
What? That's awful. What
I
was
know.
the glare you gave him when he said, "What's your iced out look?" When you what did he say first of all? Like he said, hold on, I think I got this. He's just like, "Listen, Hayley, I don't think it's not you, it's me. This isn't gonna work."
Cliche.
She's not mad. I can't get her mad, Mom, no matter what I do. What did he say to you? He couldn't have just, it's like 2 days before prom, he just says, hey, I mean, it wasn't hard for you to find a new date. I know that. Come on.
Okay, I can do this. You got me in the zone.
But it wasn't hard, but it's not right. Like, what he did was awful.
He texted it to me, too. He didn't even say it to my face.
Oh my God. How does that happen? Adam, when you were in high school, right?
Yep.
And this girl says yes to go to prom with you. You're getting like the double-size limo, right? You're getting her the bigger flower. You're getting like you're paying for her dress. You're not. Am I right here? Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, especially in high school, all you care about is a girl's looks. It's unfortunate, but this is true. And she's a beautiful-looking girl, and she's smart on top of that, and she's got a modeling career going. And this guy just throws that out the window. I mean, if I was in high school, Hayley, I would have, yeah, I mean, we would have had the biggest limo in the world, you know, right? Isn't that right, Adam? This is how we would have done it. I can't, and over text, that's a jerk move. That is not a cool. All right, so now let's see your fierce look. Now that I've gotten you thinking about it, you're angry about it. I hope you had a good time at prom.
I did, actually. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you showed him up. And
I really hope so.
Did he go? He had to not go, right? He did go by himself?
No, he took a different girl.
Oh. Oh, drama. He took
know.
This could be a reality show. Have you ever heard of a reality show like this? So he took a different girl?
Yes.
Do you think he was with her beforehand, like he was kind of seeing both of you guys and then decided on her?
No.
She wasn't as good looking as you though, right?
I don't want to say that because that's mean.
That is mean. You're right. You bring up a good point. I'm trying to get you angry. It's so hard. All right. What's your fierce look?
Okay. Do you want me I can do it in the camera, right?
Yeah.
Am I fierce? Was I fierce? Was that fierce?
It was fierce, but there was a little bit of a smile that came through. I think we didn't get it fierce.
I smiled. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You know what I think? I think you have such a good attitude, though. You're like, yeah, I don't even want to talk bad about the other person, and that's what like Be Terrific is about. We're all about being positive. So I'm glad we had some fun with this. I did see a little bit of your fierce look. If you want to try one more time, but I will say this is what Digital Phil wanted me to tell you about guys. They're like, yeah, we'll dump you over text messages because some other girl's paying more attention to us or something. I don't know.
Guess so.
You know, this is what your mom wants you to. Just watch out for us, guys. We're not good people. Yeah, you know.
Oh, okay.
We can be. There are good guys. Like I'm a good guy. Adam's a good guy. A lot of the Terrifics are good guys and good gals. But there are bad seeds out there, and they put a bad name on all of us. So just pay attention. That's all. Especially in this industry when you're getting on that casting stuff done. All right. So then let's talk cars because that's what I want to talk about. You know what? One more time, give me the fierce look. I think you got it right there. I think you sold me on it. All right. So the fierce look is good. That's the look you're known for. And car, look at that look. You do not look 15. That's unbelievable. Mom, does that ever worry you? I mean, she looks like she's 25 there. Does she get approached by guys in the mall for dates because they don't? It's not even that they're not trying to be jerks. They understand that they don't want to date a 15-year-old, but they don't know.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know. I mean, she's tall too, so she looks older.
Yeah.
And but usually she's not made up so much, so
right.
she's.
Right, but I mean, it does happen sometimes, right?
It happens.
And I imagine it's frustrating for you, but on the other hand, it's not, the guy's not trying to hit on a 15-year-old. He just has no idea she's 15.
Right.
She thinks they think she's with her sister.
Yeah.
All right, so talk about cars. I love Gas Monkey Garage. I love that show, Fast and Loud, and I'm a big car nut. So what's your favorite car ever, first of all?
Well, personally, I like trucks more just because that country side of me likes the trucks. But when it comes to cars, I'm into old school cars, and my dad has a '67 Nova, and I'm in love with that thing.
Really? Did you say a '67 Nova?
Yes, sir.
I always think the funny thing about a Chevy Nova was that it's called Nova, which I think Paul Rodriguez, the comic, pointed out that Chevy made a car and they tried to sell it and they called it the Nova, and Nova in Spanish means doesn't go. But the Nova is a cool car. So do you know anything about this '67 Nova? Is he the first owner, the third owner? Did he restore it? And then what's the engine? What are the specs of this car?
I don't know the engine. Well, for now, the car, it's on a trailer because he's had it for years and it's just been sitting in a garage, and he needs to get it reupholstered, repainted, and he needs to get the engine rebuilt completely.
Okay.
So, but when he was 16, his first car was a Nova, but he crashed it in the winter, hitting black ice. So ever since he was a little kid, he's loved Novas, and that was always his dream car. So he grew up and got himself another one.
Wow. And do you want to see him restored? Are you going to work on it with him a little bit?
I probably would. I've worked on him with dirt bikes, and I've worked on our jet boat with him before, so.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. A jet boat? That's like, it's almost like a hovercraft, isn't it? That's like, I think Sea-Doo makes one of those, and Yamaha makes one. It's like a 4-passenger boat, but it's kind of like a cross between a jet ski and a boat. Is that correct?
No, that's a Ski-Doo boat. A jet boat, it kind of looks like a rat rod, but backwards. It's a boat it has the big engine and the header sticking out of the back with like the seats in the boat, and it goes really fast.
Oh, wow, I've seen these. They do racing with so you guys go to you go to county fairs, you show the pigs, and then you drive jet boats. So there were two bets I had for the jet boat. It was either the Sea-Doo kind of Yamaha thing, or it was going to be the thing in the Florida Everglades that's called a fan boat. But I've seen these. These are hot rods on a boat, and they instead of having the engine in the front, it's in the back.
Exactly.
So your boat is what, chromed? The engine's chromed out and everything?
Pretty much. We have silver chrome headers, and they're twisted kind of like a braid. So when they just look really cool. We have wow, tongue tied. The body of our boat is a Spectra, and the motor is a 429 Ford.
You have a 429 Ford engine on a boat? Yes. And how much horsepower does that produce? Around 350?
I think so. I think that's pretty accurate.
That's pretty big on a boat. I mean, 350 on the road is good. 350 on water is like flying. How fast does this thing go?
I think the top speed is around like 90, but some of my dad's friends who have jet boats also have NOS intakes on their boats, so their boats like surpass like 150 miles per hour on their boats with NOS.
For you guys who don't know as much as Hayley over here, NOS, or nitrous oxide, by the way, just in case you wanted to know, it's nitrous. She's got a freaking nitro button on her friend's boat. Your dad doesn't have the nitrous?
No, I don't think I think it's too like expensive for him to put on it, or he just doesn't want that kind of horsepower because he doesn't want to break the motor any more than he has.
Yeah, and does he let you drive the boat? Maybe that's the reason is that he might one day want to let you drive it and he doesn't want you pressing that nitrous button.
Probably. He does let me drive the boat. We had a Marlin before, and my older sister Cassie crashed it into the pillar of a bridge and completely spiderwebbed the bow of the boat, so he's never let her drive it. He was very skeptical about me and my brother Tanner driving the boats, but he has let us.
Yeah, this is why there's no nitrous on that boat.
Yeah.
That's a good move from your dad. I love that you're into boats, you're into cars, so your dad's got the Nova, and you don't have a favorite car ever?
No, not really. I like the Nova, but for me, I like trucks, and I like Ford trucks. So.
Yeah. Ford, all right. You got like which one? Do you like old ones or do you want a new like Ford? What do you have a car? Are you going to get a car? Do you want a Ford F-150 or a 3? I would want the 350. I'm not a truck guy, but if I want a truck, I want a truck.
My dad drives a Ford F-150, and he's let me drive it before, and I just feel like a monster driving it because it's lifted and it's tall and it's big, so. Pretty empowering being down on the road driving.
It seems like you have a fun family experience and life there. Am I right about this?
You are pretty right. It's nice.
I would say so. All right, we got to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll do a whole lot more talking to Hayley Lynne and her mom, Julie, about her modeling career, cars, boats, and a whole lot more. Your questions when we come back. You're the Terrifics, and you make BeTerrific special. Don't go anywhere.
Rode microphones are the official microphones of BeTerrific. Find out more at rodemic.com.
All right, welcome back to the Michael Artsis Show. I'm Michael Artsis. You're watching BeTerrific, and you are the Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special. We're going to get to your questions for Hayley Lynne in just a few seconds here, but I got a couple things to go through. She's a model. She's an actress. She's beautiful. She's a 15-year-old girl who's doing great. But Hayley, you've completed driver's ed training, but still don't have a license, but yet you call yourself a car and truck girl. I don't understand.
Well, I was raised with cars and trucks. Like, my dad has always loved them, so being around him has made me love them also, because we would always go here in Wenatchee when we have the Apple Blossom Festival. We have carnivals, the food fair, and the classy chassis, and people around town who have their old hot rods will drive through Grant Road on East Wenatchee and show off their fancy cars. When my dad gets his all redone, he said he's going to let me drive it when I turn 16 in the classy chassis, so that's what I'm excited for.
But you don't have a license.
When I turn 16, so next month.
But I mean, you don't have a license just because you're not old enough? I thought it was like you took driver's ed and you don't have a license because you didn't go take the test or something.
No, here in Wenatchee, you take driver's ed course, and then you take the test and the final, and then on your 16th birthday, or since you've had your permit for 6 months, you can get your license and be able to drive legally.
So you're great. You're right on pace. You've done 50 photo shoots, which is very, very amazing, and photographers love to work with you because you're easy to work with, which we can tell. You're a lot of fun. We'd love to do a shoot with you. We do all sorts of shoots all the time. Future Farmers of America, you're part of that organization, and you've got a farm in the backyard. We know that you've got all these animals, Romeo and Lily. You've got Ford and Chevy the pigs that you're going to sell for, dinner. And you want to be a veterinarian, which is cool, and I like that, and it's very cool. You're going to give back to animals, but you're also modeling. That's cool, and you're tomboyish. And Lynn is a longtime family name. So we've got everything in there. That was your, tradition for all the ladies in your family to have the middle name Lynn. Now, we'd like to hear a little bit from Mom, too, because we were talking about your dad's Chevy Nova, and you said that his first car was a Nova, and so he's restoring one now. And Mom, do you remember when he had the Chevy Nova? Were you around back then?
Yeah, he had it when we were first dating. And
Wow.
yeah, we used to drive it around. It was fun.
I bet it was. So he'd pick you up and take you out and you know, take you to like a fair or a carnival or dinner and a movie, and you'd be driving around this loud Nova, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool. And then what about Hayley? This is from Digital Phil. He wants to know what's on your playlist.
My playlist.
Yeah.
Oh, like music?
I guess. I mean, what other kind of playlist is there? I don't know.
Well, personally, I'm a country girl. I like country music.
Yeah. So what's on your playlist? Give me some artists or some songs or something.
Okay, Eric Church is my favorite artist, and my favorite song of his is Springsteen. And I also love Jason Aldean, typical Luke Bryan, because Luke Bryan is just so fun to sing and dance to also. And I like to listen to Blake Shelton, Carrie Underwood, all those girls, but at the same time...
You just called Blake Shelton a girl, by the way.
I'm sorry, I meant like Carrie Underwood, Miranda Lambert, those girls.
Yes, I know, but it kind of came out in the same sentence as Blake Shelton. Blake's pretty good, by the way. I'm not a country guy. I can listen to country music, but I like Blake. And I think those girls are good, too. Mom, what about you? What's on your playlist? Am I going Garth Brooks, or do we have a little John Hall and, John, you know, whatever, Oates Hall, Nash and Young? Do we have a little bit of that, or are we doing Simon and Garfunkel, or are we going rock? What are we doing?
Oh, I'm kind of with Hayley. I like the country music.
So it's for you. It's going to be older country guys. You're going to be Johnny Cash, and then maybe up to Garth Brooks, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you know, everybody.
Do you like Cash? I could never get into Cash's music because he just talked. You know, he was like,
I like some of his songs, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Garth, I like Garth. I could get into that, and then you know, I actually like the guy who does the Monday Night Football song for so many years. That was Are You Ready for Some Football? What's that guy's name? Hank Williams Jr. And then he was good. And you know, I don't know. I like some country artists. Tim McGraw's good too.
Tim McGraw? Yeah, I love Tim McGraw.
Yeah,
Digital Phil's not a country fan. Sean the Extender wants to know, do you have any plans for college?
I do. Since I want to be a veterinarian, that could also change. I've been interested in being a neurotechnician or a marine biologist. So, my interest has always changed, but
Wow.
I want to go to Portland State Health and Science University. So if my ambitions change while I'm there, I can still study the same a medical field at that school and just switch what I'm learning, because
Right.
it's the same college and they teach all sorts of medical and scientific things. Then I can learn it all there, but switching my occupation.
Marine biologist would be an interesting career, and all of that would be interesting, though. I just always think marine biologist is super interesting. Well, do you think your views are going to change? I mean, so many people love animals and stuff like that. You love animals clearly, but you're okay with eating animals, but not only eating them, you're going to slaughter your own animals. You're not going to do it. You're going to you're going to sell it to somebody who's going to do it.
Yeah.
And so my question is, as you become a veterinarian, do you think that your views will change on that at all, because you'll be saving animals, or as you go to marine biology or whatever path you take, do you ever think that you'll change? I'm just curious, because to me it's so interesting that you know, you're like, oh, I love animals, and hey, here's my friend Chevy, let's have her model and everything. And by the way, I would think that a pig would have to have a fat rear and be chubby to be sold.
Chevy's the skinnier one of the two. Ford is the one with the big butt and the really muscular legs and stomach. Chevy's the skinny one who's just a skinny little boy.
So, I mean, do you think that you will ever change your views on that?
I don't know, because I know most of the animals that get slaughtered are usually sick, or they're not going to be able to reproduce and have offspring. So those are the ones that they won't be able to give any more,
Well, I mean, I don't want to
carry tradition. So those are the ones that are usually slaughtered, but at the same time, they have certain animals that they kill specifically for marketing and eating. So I don't know if it will change.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't want to get into this whole conversation. I was just curious if you thought your views would change, but I mean, I don't know how true that is, because I know that we breed animals just for slaughter, and I don't know what their reproductive system. Quite honestly, I don't know that much about any of it. I don't really eat meat much anymore, but when I used to eat meat, and I just all the time, in fact, too much, because all I would do is eat red meat. But I never wanted to know where it came from or anything like that. Just put it on the table. Thank you.
I know what you mean.
Because I like animals, you know, and you know, I don't know. I know everybody has a different viewpoint on this in general, but I was just curious. It's interesting to me. I don't know. I have a dog. I've never asked my vet, hey, you know, do you care about animals this much or that much? I just think that if you're that into it, that you know, eventually you might change your mind. But it's interesting. I think your pigs are very cute. I think your rabbit is super cute. And that snake, that's the one I'd ship out. Mom probably agrees with that one. I gotta believe that she's saying it's cute, but she likes the fact that it's probably low maintenance. But when that thing gets to 8 feet, nobody wants that in the house.
I think the snake is definitely the easiest one to take care of. So.
Yeah, and it gives you kisses, and if it misses, then it, you know, just draws a little blood. No big deal.
If you you can't see him because my mom put him away, but up close on his face, he has a little mustache, and this might be rude, but it looks like a Hitler mustache because it's like perfect little square, like it's perfect, and it's a mustache on him. But
can we bring him back out, Mom? Where is this guy? What's his name again? Hold on a second. Romeo. Where's Romeo?
It's just gonna be a minute.
Don't worry. They sang a whole song about him. They sang a whole song about him by Bon Jovi. Romeo is bleeding, but you can't see his blood. Ain't nothing but some feelings that this old dog kicked up. It's been raining since you left me. Now I'm drowning in the flood. All right, I'm not singing. That was my Clint Eastwood meets Bon Jovi meets Bruce Springsteen, and I can't sing, by the way, so I don't want to do that to you guys. Sean from the Extender says something is very impressive. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's that I came up with Hank Williams Jr. or the fact that you like Carrie Underwood. I don't know. All right, so this is Romeo. Favorite song of all time, by the way. I got to know that.
Can you see his mustache?
Yeah, see his little mustache. Look at that. That's not a Hitler mustache. That's like a Hulk Hogan mustache. He's got the handlebars and everything. It goes around his nose. The Hitler was like one little square that's straight right here. Like this was and by the way, Charlie Chaplin and the Hitler mustache were very popular before Hitler. And now I don't think anybody wears the Hitler mustache anymore. But that's more like the Hulk Hogan. That's a very country mustache. That's like, you know, he's got the bars a little bit. You know, most mustaches would stop here today, unless you're like Raleigh Fingers, you roll it out. But then you got, right, Adam, am I right? That's he's got the handlebars. That's like a Harley mustache. I mean, that's got that's the Easy Rider, right?
I have a biker snake, apparently.
You have a what?
A biker snake.
Yeah. Or let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I'm going to come into that ring and I'm going to destroy Jake the Snake Roberts. Go to school, eat your mashed potatoes. So what about wrestling? Are you into wrestling? WWE? I don't know why I threw that out.
Me and my brother, when we were little, we would always watch WWE and the Raw SmackDowns and stuff. And when he began middle school, 6th grade, he started doing wrestling for the school because all of our cousins before were wrestlers. So my family's really into wrestling since he's a wrestler.
Very nice. Very, very nice. I like that. And then what about motorcycles? I don't know. I feel like you guys need a motorcycle because you got the trucks, you got the cars, you got the boats. It's the only thing missing is the quads, the motorcycles, and the ATVs.
We have motorcycles.
Of course you do. I mean,
185 and 2 125s.
Those are dirt bikes, right?
Yes, dirt bikes. We don't have any street bikes like Harleys or anything, but we have dirt bikes.
And do you ride the dirt bikes?
One time I rode the 85 and I crashed into a barbed wire fence, so it kind of scared me for a while, but I was able to overcome my fear and get back on a dirt bike. Wow,
into a barbed wire fence. Where'd you get cut up?
Well, I was wearing gear, so it didn't cut me, but it cut the gear, so I was fine.
Wow, that's impressive. All right, well, Mom, Julie, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for bringing Hayley on. Do you have a Facebook or a site we can find you? What if people want to hire you? This is Hayley. Are you the manager, Mom?
I guess pretty much. And Jeff Frisk.
Yeah, my mom manages me, and so does Jeff Frisk of Frisk Productions.
Oh, that's right. Jeff is the best. Isn't he the best?
He's a great guy.
Great.
Yeah, he is the best. He manages you, and so anybody can get in touch with him, I guess, if they want you.
Yeah, you can get in touch with Jeff, or you can find my Facebook page, which would be Hayley Lynne 74, and it's just on Facebook. Just Google my name, and you can like the page, book me for any photo shoots or anything on there.
Now, you'll travel and stuff?
I can travel. My mom can drive me, or we can have Jeff set up anything for us.
Yeah, you get on a plane, you come to the East Coast, and you do a little modeling. Somebody's got to want to hire you. Beautiful girl, beautiful look, and you do a great job. Now, you go to school, though, too, right? So we got to work around your school schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But school's out next week, so I have summer free.
Excellent. And did you go to class today before this interview?
No.
No?
I just stayed home from school today.
Nice. I love it. I love it. That's what I like to hear. I mean, go to school, do the right thing, stay in school, don't cut class. But thank you,
Okay.
thank you for taking time out for the Terrifics and for BeTerrific. Digital Phil says you've got all the toys, which I think it sounds like you do. What does Dad do?
My dad, he's a carpenter. He works in construction.
Okay, and he owns a construction business though, right?
No, he doesn't own it. He just works for one. But
Wow.
he usually is the foreman for the construction, so he does fine.
All right. Yeah, it seems like he does all right. And Mom also is a very accomplished professional as well, right? She's at real estate management.
Yeah, I work in the real estate management office.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. And it seems like you got a good family there and a good head on your shoulders. Please come back anytime. You're welcome anytime. You're terrific. And I wish you the best of luck in your modeling career. Certainly, if we can use you for any shoots, we will. And please stay in touch with BeTerrific and the Terrifics. Keep us posted on everything. Jeff is the best. He's phenomenal. And we got to give him a little bit of love and a shout out. Obviously, a great manager. He got you here, right?
Yeah, he did.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to say goodbye to Hayley, and then we're going to wrap this up in a nice little bow. This is the Michael Artsis Show, and you're watching BeTerrific. Don't go anywhere.
Rode microphones are the official microphones of BeTerrific. Find out more at rodemic.com.
So that was Hayley Lynne, a model and actress. She's 15 years old. She was a lot of fun. So was Mom, Julie. I'm glad we had them on. I got to thank Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. They played along. We had a lot of fun with them, right? By the way, I don't even know that show, Gossip Girl. I've never watched it. I don't know anything about it. I wasn't trashing it. I was just trying to get her into her, freeze face, her little, I should have given her I never gave her my face. I think I could get to my zone really quick. All right, I will after I talk about this. Oh, by the way, she wound up going to the prom with a friend. I asked her that. And she's going to come back often. She's going to check in with us and let us know what she's doing. She's pretty cool, right, Adam?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can give my intense face now. What do you think? By the way, we got a new Slack chat member, Jim Bob, will be joining us. We just sent him a Slack invitation, so thank you. We'll have to welcome you when you come. You are the Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special. All right, here we go. Somebody's got to say something to get me aggravated. Now I can't get into it. Okay, here we go. Intense face.
That's not that intense.
That's not that intense? All right, here, hold on. I think I can get there. You ready? Let me.
All right, how about this? The Rangers suck.
What?
The Rangers suck.
No, I'm just laughing. It's true. You know what? I know how I can get into this place. So I just got to think about something. Here we go. Hold on. No?
No.
I see you shaking your head. No? Oh, it's hard to get. I can't model. I couldn't do it. I can't get into that. I know exactly what would get me mad, but I have to really think about it. I'd really have to think about getting mad. You think you could do it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you're too happy all the time. I don't know. Anyway, Digital Phil, the Extender, Paul Dixon, CJ, all of you guys, all of you, Ben, of course, all of you, you're the Terrifics and you make BeTerrific special. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for checking out the program, and thank you for enjoying and giving us your feedback. Don't forget, you can reach us at BeTerrific TV on Twitter and Instagram. You can also reach us, of course, on email, connect@beterrific.com. And you can give us a call, 201-735-7711. We'll be back tomorrow with a whole nother show, and then we'll see you next week. And then we're off to Infocom, so we'll be doing a lot of fun stuff in the next few weeks. So don't go anywhere, except whatever you got to do until tomorrow. Excuse me, I just burped on air. Wow. Until tomorrow. And until then, I'm Michael Artsis. For Adam, thank you so much for watching. Be terrific.